It is 6:32, and there'll be a new chief in the driver's seat at Ford Motor Company.
While you were sleeping, news broke overnight that Ford CEO Mark Fields is out at the Dearborn-based automaker. Local 4's Nick Monacelli joins us now live outside of World Headquarters to explain what happened and what's next.
Rhonda, good morning to you. Out after just about 3 years on the top job here at Ford, but if you talk to those inside and even those outside, they'll say much of this wasn't really a surprise.
And there is a whole lot of love out there for the Bronco.
It was just a few months ago that Ford CEO Mark Fields was celebrating the comeback of the Ford Bronco and announcing a new Ford F-150 truck. But now Fields is stepping down as CEO of the Dearborn-based automaker amid pressure from Ford's board of directors. Their share prices are down 40% since Fields took the CEO job in 2014. He's been with the company 28 years, though. He was the president of the Americas division before becoming CEO. All of this comes after big cuts were announced last week. Ford announced it would be cutting $3 billion a year from operations and would lay off about 1,400 salaried workers from headquarters and other Ford design and management centers in North America and China. The man replacing Fields is Jim Hackett, who joined Ford's board of directors in 2013. Since 2016, he has been the chair of the unit that develops autonomous vehicles. He is also the former CEO at Steelcase and the former interim athletic director at the University of Michigan. Now, according to the Associated Press, there are other top-level executives inside of Ford that will be moving around and restructuring because of Fields stepping down. The big question, though, this morning around Rhonda is what is the timeline look for all these moves? We're live here in Dearborn. Nick Monacelli, Local 4 News today.
Nick, thank you. And for that, let's go to Local 4 business editor Rod Meloni. He joins us now over the phone to talk more about this big change at Ford Motor Company. And Rod, this comes after some rumblings of changes at the top could be made. Did people see this one coming, though?
Well, you had the idea a couple of weeks ago when the board wanted extra time for him to explain what his plan was going to be to get the stock price up. Remember that the Ford family fortune is sort of tied up in Ford stock. You're down 40%. That's going to be a problem. The way I look at it is that, first off, you never want to follow a legend, and Fields ended up following Alan Mulally. And he did a lot of things that the market, that the business saw as good. But in the end, it's what are the dollars and cents worth? And they didn't see that he had a plan that was necessarily going to move the company forward in good times. Remember that Mark Fields was Mr. Fix-It. They always used him to come in and fix troubled areas in Japan and Europe and so forth. And even the plan that Alan Mulally used to rally the company back during the bad days of 2009 and thereafter, that was Mark Fields' plan. He was a turnaround guy. And, of course, for the insiders, turnaround guys are different than regular operational executives. And so Mark Fields was the turnaround guy, and they used him as a regular operations guy. And while you could say that in many ways he did good things, in the end, if the stock price is down 40%, and your boss is looking to have the stock price up and it's not going, you've got to perform and perform quickly.
And Rod, are you hearing that this is just the beginning in terms of these salaried jobs, 1,400 of them? Are there going to be other high-level executives that may be asked to leave as well?
Well, they've already done that. I mean, Ray Day, who was Mark Fields' PR guy, is gone. He's being replaced by Mark Truby, who was the head of their European and Asian media relations. And although for the average person at home that doesn't seem like a big deal, it is. And they move with their people. But we're hearing that Joe Heinrichs and Jim Farley are moving up, and those are the guys that have been sort of waiting in the wings. Joe Heinrichs had the old job that Mark Fields had. The fact that they didn't put Joe Heinrichs in as Fields' replacement, I think, is interesting. And Jim Hackett he was the interim U of M athletic director, and I'm not so sure that he wouldn't be an interim CEO at Ford because he's really not of the industry. So it'll be interesting to see if, in fact, Ford goes outside and looks for one more permanent CEO or not. I think that's what we're going to be looking to see today.
All right. Well, Rod, I'll let you work all your sources. And, of course, I know we'll see you on Local 4 News today at noon and beyond. So thanks so much for that insight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.